And on top of that, if you're clever, you'll be able to upsell 10, 20, 30% of the room other services or other products that you have there on sale. So even with that small number, you should be able to walk away with the best part of $1,000 at the end of the 90 minutes. Now the truth is, if you follow what I tell you after the break, and you actually put some effort into advertising, because the more you put in, the more you get out. And I don't mean the more money you put into advertising. That's a fallacy, that's bullshit, don't fall into that trap. No. Quite often it's just about a bit of effort and time. Quite often the techniques are either free or ridiculously low cost and affordable, massively affordable. But you have to inaction them and do them. There's no reason why you can't be having the 20, 30, 40, 50 or even more people. Your only limit at the moment is you can't obviously go and hire a room above a local, maybe gymnasium or a local health food shop that's got a room upstairs, that, or one of these new agey centres where they, they have workshops on now and again, and they may have the seating there for 40, 50 people, or a good one for a donation, a local spiritualist church that, they've already got seating for the congregation, and as long as you kind of shy away from the word hypnosis, because some people can be funny about it and call it an eyes closed relaxation process combined with creative healing visualization, they'll love that winky wanky shite, then it'll cost you next to nothing to give them a bit of a donation. If you were charging, in that example, around $77, if you gave them $100 for the room for 90 minutes when it's not a night they have a congregation, you've only got to sell 2 tickets to have covered the room and have enough for a beer or two after, and maybe then a 3rd ticket to cover your minimal advertising cost if you play it smart, which is what the kind of stuff you'll learn a bit after the break, but also in the Millionaire Plan and Passive Hypnosis Profit System that's inside the Elite Hypnosis Bootcamp. Oh, and of course the Secrets of Hypnotic Success package, which is in the Bootcamp, and that's the one that tells you how to get yourself on television, on the radio, in the newspapers, in magazines and whatnot. So at the moment, though, you can't go and get a venue because we're on lockdown. And even when you can go and get a venue, you might want to do that because there'll be people who will prefer the idea of physically going to an event. But you might also still want to do online stuff, which is what you should be doing now. And the only difference is that because obviously you would need to use a platform like Zoom for this, in this context, because Facebook Video Messenger wouldn't work. That's great for one-to-one or a couple of people. No good for this, because these are going to be all different people in different places. But Zoom would work on the roughly 15 quid a month package where you can have up to 100 people there live at once. And if you schedule the event cleverly, like the reason this was scheduled for 8 o'clock PM start, United Kingdom British summertime, is because that is equivalent to 12 PM lunchtime PST, America time, and is equivalent to 3 PM in the afternoon Eastern time, EST, and lots of places in Europe are either 7 or 6 PM to an hour or two behind, or are 9, 10, 2 hours. So a lot of areas in the world are either it's not too late for them to stay up, and it's not too bad in terms of getting up early. I feel for my friend JT who's got commitment and has got up at, like 4 AM in the morning. Good man. And the truth is, you would still potentially attract some people for an online group therapy session if they had to get up ridiculously at that time, if your advertising was right and they decided that you were the person who are their excuse, their permission, their reason, their time to change. But generally speaking, you've got get your timing right, and you've got a potentially big, massive marketplace of the world in terms of being able to get up to 100 people on a Zoom group session at once. You can go above 100, but then it costs more each month. I wouldn't suggest going above 100. 100's enough. If you sold 100, excellent. Tell them it's sold out. You know what? Even if you only sold 80, I'd still say in my advertising afterwards, completely sold out. Because in your advertising it'll say strictly limited places available. It doesn't say how many, so they'll never know that you didn't intend to only sell 80 seats. So you can honestly sedate, it's sold out, which along with the testimonials you can elicit from the people who were on the therapeutic event, their feedback afterwards, will create that social proof to help you sell your next event even easier. I'm going a bit too much off on marketing. I wanted to go on cured. Marketing is after the break. So, but it's alright, you can watch it all back and it'll all make sense. So cured, I apologise in advance, but for your benefit, because when I do cured, I read the script off my computer screen, because then I get it completely 1,000,000% correct. I could give you I can do this off the top of my head, and if I was put on the spot, stopped on the street by a journalist, suddenly recognised me, we're filming a thing over here, will you come and do something while you're in the area? I'd be able to make it up close enough following the principles, but I'd much prefer, which is why I advise you to do the same, I'd much prefer to have it the laser sharp precision wording. So, yeah, I'll read you as much of this as I can before we have the break. So please bear with me. You may have to watch this back. All of this is in the Cured training manual that's in the download, but the Cured training manual is considerably, well, it's a lot bigger than this, so I'm just going to read you certain bits. The key is that this ultimately all started off as the 6-step NLP 6-step reframe technique and associated methods of idiomotor response, IMR, unconscious communication and negotiation. Bandler and Grindler developed the 6-step reframe technique from their study of Milton Erickson, idiomotor signals, and Virginia Satire's work with parts. My side note right here right now is there are books from the 1800s about idiomotor signals, one figure for yes, one for no, and you'll see a facsimile from a book on pendulum power as well within the Cured manual that goes back, predates all this even. They included it in their book Frogs into Princes. When we are young, we try out different behaviours, and some of them work. We keep the ones that work even when times change, and those responses may not be the most useful ones, especially in reference to what I said about 0 to 7. And remember that in a child therapy with the cushion, that's effectively just a metaphor with a prop for doing parts work, which we're going to get into in a minute. And parts work, what they're doing there is they're dealing with the part of them that's still like a child. Refer back to yesterday. Throwing a tantrum at 4 might get us what we want. At 44 it probably won't work so well, unless you're a reality TV star slut. Sorry, that bit's not on there. I added that bit at the end, so you won't see it in the manual. Behind every behaviour is a positive intention. This is one of the basic NLP presuppositions. Motives drive behaviour. Our brains do nothing without some, usually unconscious purpose. To me, the 6-step reframe is a powerful and underestimated NLP technique. The process. Number 1. Identify a troubling behaviour or response. Something you would rather not do or feel. That could be a habit, addiction, fear, phobia. It could be anything. 2. Establish some of these bits I'm adding in. If I'm not looking at the paper, it's coming off my head, so don't expect to see every word on the paper. 2. Establish communication with the part creating the unwanted behaviour or response. We'll cover that in a minute. Ask if it would be willing to communicate consciously. This communication might be a sensation somewhere in the client's or your body, if you were doing it on yourself, a picture, voice or sound. When you get a signal, first thank the part for responding. When we are fought against particular behaviours, they can feel alienated, so it's useful to be polite. 3. Find a positive intention. Ask the part, what do you want? What positive thing are you trying to do for me? Or are you trying to do for Dave? The key here is to recognise the difference between the part's intention and the way it is going about getting it. Because its intention, the unconscious mind psychology says, is always to protect you and give you the best. But it thinks it's giving you the best when it makes you want another cigarette because it doesn't want you to forget to have one because you've had it for so long type thing. It doesn't actually know that it's bad for you and you mainly want to consciously stop. That's why you've got to go in and reprogram the program and negotiate with it. Please do me a favour, work with me. The key here is to recognise the difference between the part's intention and the way it's going about getting it. Have you ever tried to be helpful and the person misunderstood your intention and got annoyed? Same with your unconscious mind. That conflict, internal conflict. How does it make you feel? Are you likely to help a second time? No, so why would your unconscious? Our unconscious parts feel the same. How they are doing the best they can to achieve something for you. Here they are, rather. Is there thanks or even appreciation? Generally not. We might have a long history of fighting and shaming this internal response. If a neighbour repeatedly told you what a worthless lazy bum you were for not mowing your lawn more often, would it inspire you to mow it? Probably not. More likely the opposite. I have no idea why many of us think shaming works to change behaviour. It doesn't work for me in this context. It fucking does when I've got their eyes open in a conscious waking state. Frank Fallery provocative therapy wise, yes it does. But when we want to talk directly to their unconscious subconscious mind through ideomotor response, we have to be polite and nice for the reasons we just said. Assuming that this aspect of self has a positive intention can create rapport and therefore makes it more willing to cooperate. Number 4, ask for help from their, or your, if you're doing it yourself, creative part. To create 3 alternative ways to get the intended outcome, i.e. to no longer be scared of spiders, or no longer desire drugs. Whatever, use your common sense. 5, have the part evaluate these new choices. Are they acceptable? Will they be as good as or better than the previous behaviour? It needs to be willing to try them out for the next month or longer if appropriate. The key here is negotiation. If the part with the unwanted behaviour is not happy with these alternatives, it is unlikely to give them a go. If you have ever agreed to something because you were bullied into it, you'll know how important willing, commitment and consent is. And in here, we're talking about getting consent and commitment from your unconscious, subconscious mind. Think of it as, I said that's the personal laptop computer, the unconscious. Think of it as we're going in, we're typing into the computer a question. Could you please do this for me? And it'll come back and go, well, maybe, but I need to know more. You need to give it the right instructions, but then there comes a point where, how can I put it? If it goes against the main software operating system that's currently on the computer, it's not going to take it on board because it's just going to keep knocking it back. If, however, you had the password for a computer, you were admin, you could get to everything, fine. Well, admin of the laptop computer is your unconscious mind. It's that part, metaphorically, of you that thinks it's doing its best and protecting you. But sadly, if some shit's got in, or a behaviour's outdated itself, so it was appropriate at one time, isn't anymore, it sadly doesn't realise. That's why we have to somehow get in, because we can't override its admin password. So we have to be nice and entice it. If you have ever done that, if the alternatives are not acceptable, go back to step 4 for better choices. You can refer back to this. You've got the printout or watch the video again. 6, check for objections with other parts with an ecology check and future pacing. When we change behaviours, we can affect other people and aspects of ourselves. Even changes we think are fabulous have unintended consequences. We get our new car, but our camping gear doesn't fit in the boot, for example. If there are objections, put them through the same process from step 2. You can refer back to this. There's a link in the manual to a demo video and it's all there. However, that's not the way I do it now anyway. You see, because 6-step reframe is no longer used, having been replaced by parts integration therapy. It is included for historical purposes only. The purpose of a 6-step reframe is to find the benefits behind any behaviour and install new ways to achieve those benefits more elegantly. Rapport. Identify behaviour. Stack bailout anchor. Number 1, access behaviour. Now there's blank spaces on this sheet, so any blank spaces I'm going to fill in with an example problem and an example name. Obviously you'd replace that with the client's name, the client's issue. So, David, I'd like you to ask, well I actually add to this that I would be saying, David, I want you to ask, well, no, for this bit, we'll just do it as is. It'll make more sense in a minute. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. David, I'd like you to ask the part of you responsible for XYZ if it's willing to communicate with me now with a visible body movement. That's what this training here gives us an example, and you look for what it is. Personally, and make that easier, I would say to them, David, I'd like you to ask the part of you responsible for XYZ if it's willing to communicate with me now. And if so, could it please just move the forefinger on your right hand? Or it would be, could it please make you nod your head? Or if they were stood up and you were with them, never do this over the internet, that they sway slightly towards you. If you tell them, you suggest what it will be so that when it happens you know that's a yes. So you set the signal up. So then you say to them, let's refer to you as part X. And I want to thank you for signalling me now. 3, discover and acknowledge the benefits they're currently getting. So part X, which you fill in with the relevant issue. It'll become clearer in a minute, trust me. I want to acknowledge you for always having acted in David's best interest and for having provided benefits for David in the past. We're here to assist David together in creating additional choices for his life now. Step 4, creating choices. David, can you take part X to that created part of you now and have part X and created part come up with at least 3 additional choices of behaviour that will provide will provide David with equal or greater benefit. When you have those 3 additional choices, signal me with a visible body movement or signal me with the movement of your finger type thing. You wait till you've got it. 5, congruency check. Now David, go inside and check for any other parts within you which might object to adopting those additional choices. If so, if there are any, will those parts signal with a visible body movement, a different visible body movement right now? And you'll either get one or you don't. If there are signals, you repeat from step 4, creating additional choices that are agreeable with the created part, part X, and any objecting parts until you stop getting any obstruction there. 6, future pace and test. Now, David, can you step into the near future in your mind's eye and put yourself in a situation where you'd have reason in the past to use these additional choices, experiencing this fully now? Wait a bit. It says here as I count to 3. I'll tell you why it says that in a minute. It's because I didn't write this. But I've got license to duplicate this bit. So I would actually say as I count backwards from 3 down to 1. Oh no, actually, sorry. That's why we have scripts. This is 1 to 3. As I count to 3, you'll open your eyes. Eyes, open, numbers, upwards. Knowing you have fully integrated all these choices. 1, 2, 3. Okay? That's essentially as it morphed into the 6-step reframe. It then morphed into effectively just asking the person to give you a physical body signal, whether a finger move, a head nod, a body sway for yes, and something different for no, and maybe in certain situations something for don't know, and something for maybe. So you could literally have therapeutic conversations, but that's only good if you want to do deep level psychotherapy, and I ain't in the business of doing that, and I don't suggest you do either. There's no need to. So we'll jump forward ever so slightly, because this is a little bit about historical stuff, and tell you what it's morphed into these days, which is more like what you see advertised as Old Pain to Go. Incidentally, the guy who devised that, and I've got screenshots to prove this, when he was starting out, he studied a whole bunch of my DVDs, and I've got testimonials on file saying how much he learned from me. That helped him on the path that he's now on. Same goes with rapid pain elimination therapy, subconscious therapeutic elimination of pain signals and symptoms, which I devised that title. Pendulum assisted internal negotiation, fast release energies and emotions. I invented the title. I was also one of the trainer's original teachers, and I'm the hypnotic advisor still to them. There's a whole bunch of different titles out there, of courses. You don't need any of them. This is it. This is it. And I made it even simpler because, let's jump forward, you can read the rest of it. The bits, by the way, that I didn't write, and this relates back to yesterday, so don't worry, I'm not totally losing the plot. The stuff I've just quoted you is from Humanistic Neuro-Linguistic Psychology, which is a trademark, a Neuro-Linguistic Programming Practitioner Training Manual, written by John Overdurf and Julie Silverthorne, which under fair usage copyright law I'd have a right to use it anyway, but as I am, thanks to my training with Richard Haggerty, a John Overdurf and Julie Silverthorne Humanistic Neuro-Linguistic Psychology, Neuro-Linguistic Programming trainer, I of course can use the training materials, because that's part of being a trainer. Just thought point that out. So, yeah, their training materials are great, they are. However, I've made it even simpler. Because you know me by now, or at least I hope you do, I like the best possible, powerful, long-term, rapid end result with the least amount of fucking around, the least amount of memory work, the least chance of any failures. So, okay, so we're going to have the break a little bit later than normal. So here we go. Now back to the subject of ideomotor responses and direct communication with the client's unconscious or subconscious mind. My friend Pradeep Agarwal, who runs the Institute of Mind Control and Development in Hyderabad, India, uses the ideomotor finger signals for content-free therapy by using a phrase such as this one. I have permission from him. If you go on hypnosisweek.com or magicalguru.com, click on where it says Hypnosis Week, and then you look through the videos and find me interviewing Pradeep Agarwal. He gives you a masterclass in using ideomotor responses in the way that I'm on about here. That 1 hour interview with him is worth every penny you paid for this course. Because of the way I managed to tease it, his generosity of sharing the information is brilliant, but also the way I tease it out of him. I'm quite a good interviewer. The same with if you seek out the interview I did with Roy Hunter, yes, the legendary Roy Hunter. You'll find it in the same place, magicalguru.com or hypnosisweek.com, click on the videos. And we talked about parts, integration therapy and ideomotor responses, combine Pradeep's interview with Roy Hunter's and what I'm about to tell you, and you never need to do another course on anything like that ever again, trust me. Okay, so Pradeep's wording, which works for him, is the person's got their eyes closed. You don't have to do a formal hypnotic induction. You can just get them to close their eyes and this works. Personally, though, I do use some kind of apparent rapid induction, which you can learn in the bootcamp, just because I want them to feel like there's some magic going on, like we spoke about yesterday. Only for that reason alone. That's the only reason. At the very least, though, I do something like the eyes follow the thumb, yeah, in advance. So, with their eyes closed, say to them, subconscious mind, I want you please to resolve this problem. Now this is content free, but the client knows what issue they've come with, right? Makes sense? And if you did know what the client's issue was, you could always slightly alter the wording to make mention of it. But subconscious mind, I want you please to resolve this problem in the best and healthiest possible manner acceptable to you, consciously also. It seems like a weird sentence structure, but it's basically saying that what was long-winded before, that it's acceptable to all parts of them, both unconsciously and consciously. So there's no conflict. And any element of conscious confusion about the sentence structure will help that disorientation and confusion I've already talked about. So, from the beginning. Subconscious mind, I want you please to resolve this problem in the best and healthiest possible manner acceptable to you consciously also. Now, sometimes subconscious mind, it could take a very long time. Maybe as long as 60 seconds to do this. Whereas other times you find that you're able to do so instantly. When this is fully resolved, please give me your yes signal. And that would be whatever you'd set up, head nod, sway, finger, but that'll become clearer as we go along. With the old pain to go approach, the idea is to first set up the yes signal. Often this is done with the client stood up and they are told that the yes signal will be them swaying forward towards you. Feet together, toe to toe, heel to heel, so that it will be easy for them to sway forward and you're stood there to make sure they don't fall over. You then, as they stand in front of you with their eyes closed, to say something such as, subconscious, when you sway towards me like this and you pull them forward towards you gently and then stand them back up, that will be your signal for yes. So each time you wish to answer yes, just sway towards me like this, and you do it again. Pull them forward and put them back. So now, to show me you understand, please show me the yes signal, unconscious. And you just wait and they'll sway slightly. And if not, you go through it again until they're conditioned to do it. Next you say something such as, unconscious mind, many thanks, that is excellent. Could you now please confirm that you are happy today to help David to XYZ? Fill in the blank. It could be overcome, addiction. Get the idea, I hope. XYZ equals whatever you wish to achieve for the client, whether it be elimination of pain or removal of cravings and addiction to something. Indeed, with a little thought, most anything from phobias and fears to anxiety and much more can be slotted in at this point. You, of course, wait for the yes signal and then proceed with a statement such as, I mean, this is what I use, these are the kind of things I use, word perfect. Many thanks, unconscious mind. In which case, could you now please remove, delete, override and positively and permanently change any and all relevant thoughts, memories, emotions, signals or programs that have until today been causing David to have XYZ issue. And when you have done that, please give me the yes signal. You of course wait for the yes signal and then proceed with a statement such as, many thanks, unconscious mind, that's excellent. Now, just before we finish, please could you scan your entire body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes and along the way make one final check for and remove, delete, override and positively and permanently change any and all relevant thoughts, memories, emotions, signals or programs that could possibly hold David back in any manner of continuing as XYZ that they have now become and will continue to be from this moment forward. And when you have done that, please just give me the yes signal again. You then of course wait for the yes signal and then say something such as, once again, many thanks, unconscious mind, you've done an excellent job and I know you can be relied upon to do anything and everything necessary on a daily basis to ensure that David continues as XYZ, as a positive and automatic reflex action. So for now, sincere thanks from me and thanks from David. Your help is massively appreciated. And obviously you fill in the blanks when you play this back or look at the script. Logically we want the client's there for. That should make sense. So then you would say when I count from 1 to 3, on the count of 3, you unconscious can go back to your normal activities of keeping David safe, happy and content in all areas of their life and allow David's conscious to be back with us, fully alert and feeling wonderfully in every way. 1, lighter and brighter. 2, almost as if every nerve fibre, tissue and muscle in your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes is being washed, revitalised and re-energised with pure spring water. As on 3, wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Open your eyes. That is effectively the structure. Now, just let me quickly check it, okay? Before the break, we're coming close to it, I'm going to give you a couple of quick examples how that would work with a, we'll say David's got the client's called David, obviously you'd use the client's name, or rather what their family and friends call them for reasons we covered before. Remember, you don't need a formal trance induction for this, you don't need to be doing the CMT script of the original APHP script of the progressive relaxation induction. You can, and it would actually amplify it, but you don't need to, you can just do this, eyes closed, after you've got belief and expectancy in place with something like the eyes full of thumb. So here's a stop smoking example. Subconscious, when you sway towards me like this, that will be a signal for yes. So each time you wish to answer yes, just sway towards me like this. So now show me you understand and please show me the yes signal. Wait for the sway forward. Unconscious mind, many thanks, that is excellent. Could you now please confirm that you're happy today to help David to become and remain a confident, happy, healthy, relaxed non-smoker? You wait for the yes signal. Many thanks, unconscious mind, in which case, could you now please remove, delete, override and positively and permanently change any and all relevant thoughts, memories, emotions, signals or programs that have until today been causing David to continue with his unwanted and unneeded harmful smoking habit. And when you have done that, please give me the yes signal. You wait for it. Many thanks, unconscious mind, that's excellent. Now just before we finish, please could you scan your entire body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes and along the way make one final check for and remove, delete, override and positively and permanently change any and all relevant thoughts, memories, emotions, signals or programs that could possibly hold David back in any manner of continuing as the confident, happy, healthy, relaxed non-smoker that they have now become and will continue to be from this moment forward. And when you have done that, please just give me the yes signal. You wait. Once again, many thanks, Unconscious Mind. You've done an excellent job, and I know you can be relied upon to do anything and everything necessary on a daily basis to ensure that David continues as the confident, happy, healthy, relaxed non-smoker that they have become and continue to be as a positive and automatic reflex action. So for now, sincere thanks from me and thanks from David. Your help is massively appreciated. When I count from 1 to 3, on the count of 3, you unconscious can go back to your normal activities of keeping David safe, happy and content in all areas of their life, and allow David's conscious to be back with us fully alert and feeling wonderful in every way. 1, lighter and brighter. 2, almost as if every nerve, fibre, tissue and muscle in your body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, is being washed, revitalised and re-energised with pure spring water. As on 3, wakey wakey, rise and shine. I hope you're getting the idea. You've got script examples for weight loss, phobias and all that in the manual. The only difference is the odd bit of where the XYZ goes in. Otherwise the wording's identical for every client, whatever the problem. Prime example, I'll just give you, I've got 7 minutes, I'll give you weight loss. Subconscious, when you sway towards me like this. Now it doesn't have to be sway, it could be, and I'll do it on the vamp here. Subconscious, when you lift up your right forefinger like this, and you literally lift up their right forefinger off their lap, so they've got it maybe laying on the lap, and you go and you'll see Pradeep explain this on the video I mentioned. You go, when you lift up your right forefinger like that, of your own accord, that will be your signal for yes. So each time you wish to answer yes, just lift up your right forefinger like this. So now, to show me you understand, Unconscious Mind, please show me the yes signal. You wait for that. You've told the client right at the start not to consciously do it. It should happen as though it's happening without their conscious control. You'll wait for the yes. Unconscious Mind, many thanks, that is excellent. Could you now please confirm that you are happy today to help David to become and remain a confident, happy, healthy, relaxed, healthy eater? Healthy eater who is easily self-motivated to do more exercise whilst also easily avoiding sugary and fatty foods. Wait for the yes. Many thanks, Unconscious Mind, in which case could you now please remove, delete, override and positively and permanently change any and all relevant thoughts, memories, emotions, signals or programs that have until today been causing David to continue with his now unwanted and unneeded negative eating habits. And when you have done that, please give me the yes signal. When you've got it, many thanks, Unconscious Mind, that's excellent. Now just before we finish, please could you scan your entire body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, and along the way make one final check for and remove, delete, override and positively and permanently change any and all relevant thoughts, memories, emotions, signals or programs that could possibly hold David back in any manner of continuing as the confident, happy, healthy, relaxed, healthy eater who is easily self-motivated to do more exercise whilst also easily avoiding sugary and fatty foods that they have now become and will continue to be from this moment forward. And when you have done that, please just give me the yes signal. You wait for it, finger movement, or it could be a head nod. Whatever you've told them it will be, that's what you're waiting for. Once again, many thanks, Unconscious Mind. You've done an excellent job. And I know you can be relied upon to do anything and everything necessary on a daily basis to ensure that David continues as the confident, happy, healthy, relaxed, healthy eater who is easily self-motivated to do more exercise, whilst also easily avoiding sugary and fatty foods they have become and continue to be as a positive and automatic reflex action. So for now, sincere thanks from me and David. Your help is massively appreciated. When I count from 1 to 3, on the count of 3, you unconscious can go back to your normal activities of keeping David safe, happy and content in all areas of their life, and allow David's unconscious mind to be back with us, fully alert and feeling wonderful in every way. 1, lighter and brighter. 2, almost as if every nerve, fibre, tissue and muscle in your body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, is being washed, revitalised and re-energised with pure spring water. As on 3, wakey wakey, rise and shine. I could give you thousands more examples. I'm just going to give you one final one before the break, spider phobia, because then if you can't fucking work out with your common sense how to tailor the script that I give you to the client, or how to actually use the script that's there in black and white, and you can see Pradeep giving examples of in the interview I referred you to earlier, where it's done totally content free, so you don't even need to mention the issue you've got, and you just say it, telling them to delete everything that's relevant to the issue that used to bother them. Then God help us. So spider phobia. It says here body sway towards, but I'll do it with a finger example. Spider phobia. Because especially if you're doing it over Zoom, you want them sat down. It's safer to do that. Hand on the... Make sure it's in camera view and... You know, safety. Subconscious, when you move your right forefinger like this, up in the air, that will be your signal for yes. So each time you wish to answer yes, just raise your right forefinger up like this. Gently. So now to show me you understand, please show me the yes signal. You wait for to see it. And if they don't do it straight away, you go, yes means a slight movement of your finger upwards. Okay, unconscious mind, show me you've understood till you've got it conditioned. Unconscious mind, many thanks, that's excellent. Could you now please confirm that you are happy today to help David to become and remain a confident, happy, healthy, relaxed person in all areas of their life, including whenever they may encounter a spider. Indeed, unconscious, also helping them to find joy and pride in their new ability to feel fully safe, in control, calm, relaxed and happy whenever they should in future encounter a spider that once used to bother them in the past. It's a slightly different wording you may notice for phobias, only slightly low, but only thing you ever have to change is the word spider to aeroplanes or whatever, common sense. You of course wait for the yes. Many thanks, unconscious mind, in which case could you now please remove, delete, override and positively and permanently change any and all relevant thoughts, memories, emotions, signals or programs that have until today been causing David to continue with his now unwanted and unneeded negative reaction to spiders. And when you have done that, please give me the yes signal. You wait for it. Many thanks, unconscious mind. That's excellent. Now, just before we finish, please could you scan your entire body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, and along the way make one final check for and remove, delete, override and positively and permanently change any and all relevant thoughts, memories, emotions, signals or programs that could possibly hold David back in any manner of continuing as the confident, happy, healthy, relaxed person in all areas of their life, including whenever they may encounter a spider. At which times they will now find joy and pride in their new ability to feel fully safe, in control, calm, relaxed and happy whenever they should in future encounter a spider that once used to bother them in the past, that they have now become and will continue to be from this moment forward. And when you have done that, please just give me the yes signal. You wait. Once again, many thanks, unconscious mind. You've done an excellent job. And I know you can be relied upon to do anything and everything necessary on a daily basis to ensure that David continues as the confident, happy, healthy, relaxed person in all areas of their life, including whenever they may encounter a spider, at which times they will now find joy and pride in their new ability to feel fully safe, in control, calm, relaxed and happy whenever they should in the future encounter a spider that once used to bother them in the past, that they have now become and will continue to be from this moment forward as a positive and automatic reflex action. So for now, sincere thanks from me and thanks from David. Your help is massively appreciated. When I count from 1 to 3, on the count of 3, you unconscious can go back to your normal activities of keeping David safe, happy and content in all areas of their life, and allow David's conscious to be back with us fully alert and feeling wonderfully in every way. 1. Lighter and brighter. 2. Almost at every nerve, fibre, tissue and muscle in your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes is being washed, revitalised and re-energised with pure spring water. As on 3, wakey wakey, rise and shine. And that is effectively it. Pain elimination, sod it. I'll give you this, then we'll go to the break. After that you should be able to bloody work out the rest for yourself, you know. Subconscious. When you lift your finger like this, or when you sway towards me like this, common sense, that will be your signal for yes. So each time you wish to answer yes, just lift your finger like this. So now to show me you understand, please show me the yes signal. Next you say something such as, Unconscious mind, many thanks, that is excellent. Could you now please confirm that you are happy today to help David to become and remain a confident, happy, healthy, relaxed, healthy individual who is no longer caused any pain or discomfort by their condition, and indeed instead can now allow the body's natural healing processes to work their magic as every day in every way they feel better and better? You wait for the yes. Slightly different script for pain control, you see. So there's script in here for habits, addictions, script for fears, script for pain, and the others you just improvise whichever seems most relevant, because if you make it up it'll still work. Many thanks, unconscious mind, in which case could you now please remove, delete, override and positively and permanently change any and all relevant thoughts, memories, emotions, signals or programs that have until today been causing David to continue suffering with his now unwanted and unneeded pain. And when you have done that, please give me the yes signal. You wait for the yes signal. Many thanks, unconscious mind, that's excellent. Now just before we finish, please could you scan your entire body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, and along the way make one final check for and remove, delete, override and positively and permanently change any and all relevant thoughts, memories, emotions, signals or programs that could possibly hold David back in any manner of continuing as the confident, happy, healthy, relaxed, healthy individual who is no longer caused any pain or discomfort by their condition, and indeed instead can allow the body's natural healing processes to work their magic as every day in every way they feel better and better, that they have now become and will continue to be from this moment forward. And when you have done that, please give me the yes signal. Once again, many thanks, unconscious mind. You've done an excellent job. And I know you can be relied upon to do anything and everything necessary on a daily basis to ensure that David continues as the confident, happy, healthy, relaxed, healthy individual who is no longer caused any pain or discomfort by their condition, and indeed instead can allow the body's natural healing processes to work their magic as every day in every way they feel better and better, that they have become and continue to be as a positive and automatic reflex action. So for now, sincere thanks from me and David. Your help is massively appreciated. When I count from 1 to 3, on the count of 3, you unconscious can go back to your normal activities of keeping David safe, happy and content in all areas of their life, and allow David's conscious to be back with us fully alert and feeling wonderfully in every way. 1, lighter and brighter. 2, almost as if every nerve, fibre, tissue and muscle in your body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, is being washed, revitalised and re-energised with pure spring water. As on 3, wakey, wakey, rise and shine. That is essentially what cured complete unconscious reprogramming of emotional disease and distresses. Other than being in a cracking title, you can get the words cured and cure ethically, legally and morally into your website and advertising. Ka-ching! It's adaptable for everything. The scripts are there to use. With pain, obviously you make sure that if they come to you with headaches, you don't remove the pain until you've made sure they've sought medical attention, because you don't want them, that could be a painful headache that's warning them they need help because they've got a brain tumour. Common sense, health and safety. I refer you, the health and safety in massive depth is in the Elite Hypnosis Bootcamp, the gastric band package I spoke about. But if in doubt, it's quite often as simple as this. If you have the smallest element of doubt, refer them to their medical GP first before you agree to treat them. At the very least, get them to sign something saying that they have been to and will continue to go to their doctor. But if in doubt, don't remove pain until someone's been to the doctor to check if it's a signal for something else. Habits, addictions, fears and phobias, generally speaking, okay, when common sense used. So with that in mind, it is, on my laptop, 9:48, near enough 10 to. We're going to have a very short break, only 10 minutes. We'll start again at 10 o'clock UK time, or to put it another way, 12 minutes from now.